shedding is the practice of stopping the supply of electricity for a period of time because the demand is greater than the supply. Load shedding is a last resort measure used by an electric production company in order to ignore a blackout of the power system. It is usually in reaction to a condition where the demand for electricity maximizes the power supply capability of the network. Load shedding commonly results from insufficient production capacity or inadequate transmission infrastructure to provide sufficient power to the area where it is needed. Load shedding is a general or a daily normal event in many developing countries where electricity production capacity is underfunded or infrastructure is poorly managed. Load shedding may be localized to a specific part of the electricity network or may be more widespread and affect entire country. Load shedding in developed state is rare because demand is exactly forecasted. Adequate infrastructure investment in scheduled and network are well managed. Such events are measured an unacceptable failure to plan and can cause important political damage to the concerned government. Owing to a chronic shortage of electricity, power cuts are common throughout Pakistan, adversely affecting the country's potential for economic growth. Even in provincial capitals, load shedding is common, especially during the hot summer season when demand outstrips supply. Rural areas are the most severely affected. It is general for the rural households, having access to electricity, to lose power for more than 12 hours daily. This sorry state of affairs has created untold miseries for the workers and production sector. Even protests, agitations and strikes at large scale could do nothing in this regard. Electricity is the basic power which makes living in many fields. Many amenities of everyday life are directly linked with the supply of electricity. Unscheduled load shedding always disturbs the normal pace of life beyond proportion. Load shedding has far-reaching implications on the whole fabric of society. Government is facing a lot of protests across the country but admits that this problem urgently and permanently to save the nation from an economic collapse and irreparable loss. In the modern age, electricity has become utmost need for survival of life in this world. Without it, every sector of life become dim. Nowadays electricity play a very important role in growth of economy and progress of any country. Everything is directly linked with it. All markets, plazas, hospitals, cinemas, offices, college, universities, factory, mills and industry depend on it. We can irrigate out agriculture without it. Wheel of industry stands still. House plunged into darkness. Shortage of energy adversely affecting the industries and agriculture productions. Its is minor constraint. Let us discuss the main causes of load shedding. Firstly, water level in lakes of the dams like Smangala, Tarblwarsk, Rasil, Malakund, etc., is at times very low. As a result, the generation of power suffers a great deal. Then we have not constructed as main dams we need. For example, the project of Kalaba Dam has fallen a victim to political controversy. If T is constricted, will not abridge the demand and supply gap of electricity but also meet our industrial needs. Major portion of electricity is produced from oil, gas, coal. This method is called thermal power. It is very expensive to generate the energy that is not bearable of poor public. Due to this, every government go to deficit financing. The production cost is 18 Rs per unit but it is supplied at 12 Rs per unit. So that government is unable to set up the new plant due to inadequacy of finance. These are very dear to build it and government is unable to construct on large scale. Developed countries are producing their major part form come in to use the atomic resources but Pakistan is not utilizing these resources to meet our need. More zero ever, world power pressuring us on to use of such power project. Secondly, it requires a lot of care. Perhaps these measurement will not be taken in Pakistan. Setting up of new factories and mechanization of agriculture. Demand of power is increasing, but the supply of electricity is falling short of demand at an increasing rate every year. Every year thousands of villages are electrified and new colonies in urban areas are supplied with electricity. This also causes an increase in the demand for electricity. Standard of living has become high. People use luxuries goods like AC, fridge, water cooler, and fans. These goods works with the help of electricity, which become the cause of increase of consumption. Every work is done by light. Millions of electronic goods come in market and sale out. People are these goods blindly without any cautions. In one house there will be found many AC and fans. Markets, offices, colleges, universities remains open till late at night. It is main cause of shortfall. No benefit is taken from sunlight in a day. Most of electricity is used illegally without paying any charges by poor people as well as owners of industries and factories. Income is decreased than expenses so that it cannot be generate abandon.